That's what I was saying. Like, are you recording it right now?
I just started, but I'll cut this out. Let's just do the intro quickly. Hello, my name is Will. Welcome to the Eill TV podcast, even though up on the screen it just says ETV podcast. And this is Evan.
Hey, how you doing? I'm a Canadian toaster, or as you know, the guy who brings you Funny Boys, and is legendary Big Boot.
Yeah. If you haven't seen either of those, you can check out the YouTube channel where this is most likely going to be posted to. Should be. And the website, which I'll probably put in the description, because that is pretty much the Netflix of our channel.
And also, please do not watch Funny Boys if you are faint of heart, because I guarantee you will not make it through episode 1.
Anyway, I want to bring up the fact about we were supposed to bring up the movie, the Big Boot Halloween edition. We should
Yeah.
probably talk about that. Yeah, that's not happening.
I just in case any of you were worrying, I am working on something very special for Eel TV. Not sure how I'm gonna get the file to Will, but
Oh, is that the I'll just bleep this out. But is that
don't
the funny...
spoil it. Don't
Well,
spoil
it'll
it.
be censored. Is that the Funny Boys thing? Funny Boys Halloween
Yeah.
edition. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I got a
Well,
cough.
anyway, as I was saying, I can't film Big Boot currently. Like we would film on our phones, but they're so usually low quality. No offense to you if you have an actual good quality phone, which you do, but cameras are much better. And currently my dad's camera, which we used to film, randomly stopped working.
Yeah.
Oof.
Here's want to know a really fun fact?
Yes.
I had a small video on my channel called 0 to 100. I am playing that same mission from that game right at this very moment.
Zero.
So it's a
Oh
casual
yeah, that
thing.
video. 0 to 100. That was funny. Also, that was a voice crack. Also, if anyone here wants to know what I was inspired to make these off of, like all our films and stuff, like Big Boot, even though it was absolutely freaking stupid, sort of. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
inspired. I was inspired. I don't know if Evan would say the same thing, but I was inspired by Crypt TV.
I honestly, that was okay. So a bit of a story with that. My interest from filmmaking got back in because of I wanted to do something like funky for Halloween. So I recorded like a little video series like about Jono, the strange detective who's lived in every single country but decides to stay in Canada for some reason. Uh,
Yeah,
and
wasn't that
made this
Mr.
whole plot.
Bones?
Yeah, the Mr. Bones Halloween special.
Hold on. I'm gonna bring up 0 to 100 here.
Face, yeah? Oh shit,
Oh yeah,
man.
that
Come on
great
now.
video.
Nick,
I
cut
need
these
to
guys. Let's
censor
get
out
the hell
some
out of here.
words. Oh my god, I'm playing for the intro
Okay.
right now.
Put those hands on your head and turn around slowly. Slowly. Nice and easy.
Oh, you're making a big mistake.
We're all friends now. Okay, spin around. Nothing sudden.
Fucking bullshit. You know it. It's a fucking joke. I'll be out by the morning, cop. You fucking know it.
Yeah? That pile of coke says otherwise.
Fuck you! Oh, shit, it's not a cop! Get down, cover! Jesus Christ! That got out of hand fast.
What the fuck was that?
And that was that. That was an interesting 50 seconds.
And now and I'll just quickly describe to you what happens afterwards. You check their IDs. Turns out one guy was getting takeout. You chase down the guy getting takeout and completely abandon protocol and shoot a guy off the road into like a ravine. He's barely even alive. but you still cuff him and like smash him against the hood, and he dies. So yeah, this game's about police corruption, if you're wondering.
Now, here's the thing.
Wow.
If you went onto your channel a few years ago, you would have like about 30 videos you could watch. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including
Okay.
This Is the Police, which is probably one of my like favorite one of my videos I've been in for you.
Yeah.
That was just a stupid video.
Like it all stemmed from Funny Boys, really. Honestly, it all comes back down to Funny Boys. Funny Boys was originally just like a little project. Okay, I need to go back into my story about like how I got back into filming. So, I got into it because of let's see. I created the whole Jono series, but then I realized there's a lot of potential with what I created in this series. So if I take that setup and I establish it in like the classic like police show scenario, that might work. It did not. It was really bad, and I was like, well, I still kind of want to keep doing this, but you know, I kind of feel like I need to not take myself seriously if I'm gonna try and make something good. So what I did was I made Funny Boys. I just said like, well, take this orange juice, and when I crawl over and it says I need water, I'm so thirsty. Then he says I've got you, fam, and then he drops it, and then I throw it at a wall and I scream juice, and that's like that's where the foundation of my channel's new content came from. It just all stemmed from juice.
Yeah.
That's where it all came from. And then this channel I watch called Foundflix, which explains movies and stuff, and I learned from them. Ooh, those are a lot of.
Are you getting
I'm gonna
attacked
shut
by
my
dogs?
window. No, there's just dogs outside that saw a car move, so they got suspicious.
This is professional. This is professional video filmmaking.
I'm filming this in my bed while playing Battlefield. I listen, man. There's no professional things about this.
Anyway, continue your story.
Okay, so I discovered Foundflix did like a series, did like a video describing like one of their series called The Look-See, and it's probably one of my favorite series they made. Still
Crypt
haven't
TV,
watched
the
season
monsters
2 yet.
within.
Still haven't watched season 2 yet because my Wi-Fi decides to not work a lot of the time, and it just won't load. So
If anyone wants to know what the Look-See is, I'll bring up a picture of him in a second. Because it's not really it's not really a spoiler because you see him on the very first episode, like 3 seconds in, because the episodes are only a few minutes long, which is what I love about Crypt TV.
Or you can just watch the supercut, and then it's just like
There's the Look-See.
just story. So I learned about it through there, and I watched a bunch of their videos. It's like, wow, this is actually pretty good. They made more videos about like explaining the monsters and stuff, and I showed it to Will, and then Will was like, "This is kind of like Big Boot." Big Boot didn't stem from that, which I forget how. Okay, well, okay, so the main thing I feel like I need to explain is where Big Boot came from. Big Boot came from a joke I made where I did the Big Boot motion with and that was just my casual wear that I was wearing. That was just like my casual wear during winter, and I walked around and someone said, "Watch the mighty Evan travel through the lands," and I just was like, yeah, that was one of the teachers at our school. I was like, wow, this is a It's a funny joke. I'm gonna keep running with this. I'm gonna see how long I can milk this till it's not funny anymore. And then Will just started filming it, and that is how the intro to Big Boot was made
And then
during the.
let's talk about the audio quality.
Okay, we did not have a microphone. That's the main thing we need to establish.
Well,
It
we
just
did.
like
But it was in my laptop, which was had an absolutely terrible. Hold on.
a built-in mic on a laptop is not good.
Here, let's just give an
And the,
example. I'm just gonna mute us for a sec. Let's just give an example. I'll show you.
Now we see the mighty Big Boot moving through the trail.
As you just heard, it is awful. The mic
yeah,
was awful.
Okay, it doesn't help the fact that like my voice in a calming tone is this, and mixed with that microphone, it does not go well
Yeah.
because of like how because like my voice, it's not like super deep, but it's got like a bit of a gravel to it in a low tone, and that was how I talked during that. So it didn't mix as well as you might think.
Yeah.
Got to turn this down to make sure. My TV feels louder. Maybe it's just because I'm going insane.
Now, I do want to bring something up. I recently installed Adobe After Effects, and I've learned how to make a glitch effect. And I was gonna make a glitch effect for the circle with the ETV in it, for like an intro to our channel and stuff. But I found out I need to use the Adobe Media Encoder to export it. I have that installed, but it's not working, so I have to get my dad to help me with that. But I'll say exporting the Adobe After Effects video is probably going to be one of the hardest things I will have ever done in my life. That's a lie, but metaphorically.
I mean, the hardest thing was trying to find a good program to edit Big Boot on. No, not Big Boot, Funny Boys. Because something you might be unaware of is I film pretty much everything on my phone, and anything that I did film with a camera is gone because I accidentally hit that camera with a gavel. So, don't ask how
Wait.
that.
I
Yeah.
You finish that, and then I want to say something. You finish the story about
Okay.
your.
It was during the filming of The Curse of Jono's Dog. That was a little series I had on my channel, which was actually just the backstory. Me saying that and you watching Big Boot, I just gave away like a big like. I may have, if you put the pieces together, I might have just like spoiled part of the plot of Big Boot, because something that I've noticed is accidentally the plots seem to be connected almost too perfectly. So
Well, in my mind, there's one massive plot that everything just collides together. Even though the things that happen with Jono and the things that happen in my side of it are completely uncorrelated.
except for like, I mean, the only thing really correlated is the fact that Jono is a detective in the same station that gets involved with. That's about the only like noticeable connection there is.
I'll be right back. I need to go get a drink of water. Here, you just keep talking. And if nothing
Okay.
interesting happens, I'll just cut this out.
All right. So maybe Will's gone. I'm gonna talk about something. Don't worry. I got you. So let me tell you about the filming process for Funny Boys. So they're pretty much all the exact same thing. where I try and come up with something funny. It's dumb, or just like so like confusingly weird and shocking that it just gets an emotion out of you. I feel like the best combination I could say, what it is and shock and confusion and just weird comedy. It doesn't. Sometimes there'll be actually genuinely good jokes, like in spoiler alert. The the Funny Boys that's gonna be on Eill TV for the first time. The one that's still equally as weird, but it has some jokes that are actually well, the jokes are related, and there's also one joke that's funny, that's actually genuinely funny, because that was one that I. It works a lot better when we don't tell each other what the bits are, because
we should bring
saying
this up.
way too much.
We should bring this up.
What?
When we film, 90. I'm gonna say 95% of everything is improv.
That's a. Oh, yikes.
Yeah, I just muted myself for that massive cough. I am still a little sick. That's why I literally have a pint of water.
Wider? It's caviar.
Would you like some wider, sir? Wider thighs.
So,
Haha. That's a reference absolutely no one will get.
Let's install this. Oh my god, this game's lying. It's saying that it's at 22% in the in-game download progress, but on the actual download progress, it says it's 23. So it's taking longer.
Oh my. That is one inappropriate. Oh my god.
I'm being lied to. Okay, I'm just gonna play Doom. That's.
Do you see this black box? This was supposed to show Chrome. It didn't. So it's going to be... No, I don't want to remove that. It's going to be burned away, so let's get rid of it.
Okay. So, there's one main problem with me trying to give Will the file for, spooky mode, as I'm calling it. It's, the main problem is we have this problem with emailing the file to each other, because no matter what file it is, even if it's like an image, it will consider it to be too large, which I've sent much larger emails to other people, but it just seems to not let me send anything to Will.
What we need to do is you just need to come to my place someday before Halloween, and we just plug your phone into the computer and just transfer it over, and then just upload it that way. Because
I'd have to make sure you get the right file.
When I have a photo or something like that, that's what I do. What did I just bring up? I'll be
on Tuesday. You could just
no. So many ads.
Okay, Will, let me finish my sentence, please.
Why am I yes, finish. I just realized.
Okay, so.
I feel like an idiot.
Okay, so. I'm sorry, I was trying to think. What was I talking about? It's late.
It's only
I was saying is
9:35.
Tuesday, just bring in your computer, and I have a cord that will work if I plug it in, that will plug into your computer, and then plug into my phone. You could do that, and then I can point to you the right file, and then transfer it over.
Well, we'll first have to get past all that stuff no one wants to see. What?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I
Hold
don't
on.
know. What do I mean?
You mean like some of the like the pictures I downloaded off of Discord that like were really like stupid, like Grimace.
Oh, here it is.
It-
Yeah. Here,
If any of you are
everyone,
wondering what that image is,
everyone. We're gonna quickly just mute each other, Evan. Meaning I'm gonna mute you and gonna mute me, and I'm gonna quickly play the trailer for Big Boot that I spent an excessively long time on. Also, the song used in it is called Deadline. So let's just play it. And that was the
and
trailer. Also, Evan, you can speak now, and you will be heard. So choose your words wisely.
I did not say any. Just to clarify, I did not see anything about Justin Trudeau while the mic was off. I swear. It's not like going matter anyway. He has a party trick where he makes himself fall down the stairs. I think that summarizes my opinions on him as my prime minister pretty well.
Oh, I didn't upload it.
Well,
I forgot that. I made a video that I called the Big Boot Cinematic Test, Cinematic Trailer Test, and it was pretty much the Eill TV trailer which you just saw, except not Eill TV trailer. Then we're gonna quickly check. So we're gonna talk about the voting that we did a few days ago, right, Evan? You remember that?
Which thing?
On the help us make stuff.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Okay.
I want to bring this up because
we can't do it.
One, we can't do it, and two, if we don't count me and Evan's vote, everyone wanted Big Boot Halloween Edition. It would have been 100%. No one would have wanted another movie. So, yeah. we cannot deliver. But it doesn't seem like people want anything but Big Boot, so I guess the Bridge City Stories series is now the Big Boot City Stories series.
Listen, it's gonna be more like the way I can describe it is like the way the Avengers do it. Because the Avengers do it like every character gets their own trilogy, then they all come together in like one big thing. The
Yeah.
Big Boot will get his own like trilogy of movies. Like he'll get one movie, and then he'll go back to doing. Then he'll end up being with other people. Because right now, Jono is currently locked in as a part of the Big Boot series.
Yeah,
Because
he's
I
gonna
understand that many people like Jono. So
he's pretty much gonna be Jono's gonna pretty much be in almost every single movie somehow, even if he's just in the background.
Jono's like the Nick Fury, if I'd have to give him a description, except way less impressive and not played by Samuel L. Jackson, which makes him instantly worse. So
Samuel L. Jackson he's just super cool, especially in the end of Infinity War.
yeah, where he dies.
He's just like, motherfucker. That's cool. Anyway, I'm currently just editing the website, removing episode 2 Big Boot Halloween Edition, and re-uploading the website because, it's not like that's happening anytime soon. But don't worry, we will have another movie someday in the near future. Most likely within the next... I don't think we talked about this.
What? Hold on.
Hold
What
on.
was that?
I'm just gonna quickly pause this and check. Okay, we're back. Evan was just ranting. I don't think he realized that the podcast was
Okay.
paused.
Let me just quickly basically say what I just said in a more short fashion. We wanted to get it out by the end of October, but it might come more like around November or December because of problems with the camera and needing to replace it.
Well, probably sometime within November, I will have a new camera, and I'll have enough money to buy a new camera. I'll probably get an actual good camera, and I'll probably try, if I have enough money, I'll probably get a tripod that isn't broken. One of the legs completely just broke. But anyway, as I was saying...
That thing... People fight each other with the leg of that tripod.
Yeah, we're just in, like, homeroom in school, and someone just takes it out and is like, on guard! And then some people think it looks very inappropriate.
Well, it wasn't until you brought it up.
I know.
So,
Anyway,
it's your fault.
Underneath where it says podcast, you'll see a link that goes to the, it used to be the TCU, but I renamed it to the Eill TV website because it's kind of just, like I said, it's the Eill TV it's the Netflix of our channel. You'll be able to go to shows and see the...
I honestly, being real, I feel like we do need a different name other than just using... Because it's the Toaster Cinematic Universe.
And the Will Studios universe.
That's why I said, like, oh, that's gonna kill me. Oh,
Like,
don't mind what I'm doing.
Eill TV is the combined efforts of both of us to make a channel that actually has interesting content.
I feel like we need to make it like the ECU, like the Eill, because
I would, but I'm not changing it again.
yeah, I mean
We've
we'll
changed
just mooch
it
off.
enough. I've uploaded stuff, and if I don't think I can change the name of the YouTube channel anymore. But I'm gonna quickly bring this up. When you go to the website, there's a tab that says shows. There's gonna be a little icon next to where it says Eill TV Originals that looks like a box with an arrow in it. Click on that. Click on those boxes to go deeper down into the selections, into like the sub pages, and then click on those sub pages that you just clicked on, like the name, to go back up.
Didn't you put a tutorial on the website?
Yes.
Like
There is literally a tutorial on the website that's just a GIF, but no one, every teacher, every person I have showed this website to, click on the shows tab, and then it just goes to nothingness. It just goes to a page that says the TCU created by Will M. Toaster, and then it's just a stupid video a GIF I made of Big Boot running at me. Anyway.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah. Anyway, I put because under shows they're like different different parts and stuff. We have the very first one is the Eill TV Originals, which is like the Bridge City Stories, which has Big Boot in it, and the Bridge City Shorts, which has the episode I called the Snake Candle 1, which the prop I used for that, which is the snake candle, is actually sitting next to me right now.
By the way, why did you not at all inform me in advance of this?
Because
this
I
was a
didn't.
bit.
One, I didn't think of it, and two, I was very, very bored.
Yeah, but this is something like that is something I would make. Okay, man, that's the reason why I'm peeved. It's because that is the bean.
Let me rephrase it. It was kind of an experiment. It was more of an experiment than it was actually intentional show. I just wanted to see what I could do. And because we hadn't been filming ever since the end of the summer, I was extremely frickin' bored, and I had to film something. Like if you look, Big Boot Not As Funny As It Seems came out 4 months ago at the time of recording this, and within the span of literally, if you look, 1 month, and then the Snake Candle came out 3 weeks ago. I literally was sitting there in front of Adobe Premiere, and I was like, I need to edit something right now.
It's just the thing I mentioned of the plots colliding. The main thing that made me concerned was wow, this is the plot of the Bean, and that's concerning because that's pretty major. Which, by the way, I'm actually a pretty big sneak preview that I'm quickly gonna say is I am remaking that series, and it's not with a bean. It's not with a bean. It's with something that you could kind of say would be more spooky. It's not like a doll or anything like that. It's just like an inanimate object. It's that's the whole concept, and that's the whole concept of the snake candle. But you're oh nope, Egyptian gods and all that. But it's
No, that was my dad.
I'm starting to I'm starting to rant.
Yeah,
you should have stopped me.
My dad replied with, "Tread carefully. I feel you've been visited by Wadjet,
yeah, because I was
Egyptian
asking,
serpent goddess of justice, time, heaven, and hell."
Because that question was just Will, what's going on? But your dad was just here is the backstory, my friend.
You didn't even ask what's going on. You literally just wrote, what? You literally just wrote, what?
It's like my discussion chat on my channel. It's you'll find one where it's hello, this is General Oatmeal, commander of the Trip Army. You will not find something consistent. By the way,
that is the thing. General Oatmeal here. The melons have proceeded to okay then. Everyone subscribe to TJC0122.
if you want an exact link, my channel has links to the entire squad.
Yep.
As you say. He is also one of the participants in Funny Boys.
Yep.
And part of the pineapple argument, which if you haven't seen it, is no, it's not a pineapple. Oh my god, I'm betraying the script. It's a mango. I get bored.
Well, I think that's pretty good for episode 1, don't you think?
Yes. Come back next time where
next week maybe.
next week, where most likely the Halloween special will be done, being filmed, and I'll discuss that process of that one. And
Maybe. It
Will
depends on when we
Will
film the next podcast.
okay,
'Cause
I gotta do the
I
intro.
I like filming multiple things at a time.
Okay,
Because, like I
I'll
said,
do the outro.
I have like an addiction to editing things.
Will, let me just do the outro here. Okay.
I'm gonna mute myself then.
Okay. So if you like the podcast, let us know in the comments. Go check out all of the multiple channels that are connected with Eill TV.
They'll be popping
You
up
can
on
find
screen right now.
most of the links to them from you can find links in the down below for most of the things we discussed. And also give my studio a bit of love, because it's kind of disappeared a bit
And support us on
for a while.
Patreon. That's a thing.
Wait, we have that now? We have that now?
I've had that for about a month. I've had that for like
Wow.
a couple months now. It's just been
We're not gonna
sitting
make
in the
any money.
about page.
We're not gonna make any money. Anyway,
0
Evan,
Patreons. Yay!
Will, let me finish. Okay. I'm Evan Cunningham, or a Canadian toaster. That's Will, aka just Will.
Yep.
He has no subtitle to his name.
No, I do not.
And hope you enjoyed, and see you next week.
Goodbye. Listen. Just talk. We'll get the.
Okay.
This is just gonna be
Just
the thing at the end.
just gotta address what Will said, but this is gonna be part of the first podcast. Will said that, what are you doing? Don't you have like a gluten appointment tomorrow? If you do not know what he was trying to refer to, it's celiac disease. That is not a thing that exists. Actually, now that I think about it, technically it does, but I only have one like every 3 years, and this year was one of those years, so I have a lot of time until that. And if you're wondering what celiac disease is, it's like if like wheat, rye, barley, and a bunch of other like things like grains get into my system, then it will make like anything that goes in with it be treated as not food. And it gets pretty weird, because technically someone could walk up to me with a piece of bread and threaten to hit me with it, and I'd be like, oh my god, please no, I don't want to die.
I'm sorry, the way you brought that up, that's just so funny. I probably sound like an asshole right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not a total one, so... But,
There's
like...
the karma coming back to get me. Wait, say it again. Say the name of it one more time.
Okay. So here's what I saw. I gotta read the whole thing. I'm gonna read the whole thing. Okay. We've been working on the War of the Fat Italians 20...
You've just gone silent. I can't
from
hear.
until 2 a.m. We've been working on the War of the Fat Italians 2018 nonstop for the past 7 days straight, 8 a.m. until 2 a.m. This will be the biggest SMG4 video we've ever made. Watch What the Boy 2018 tomorrow at 6 October 9th PST. Catch up with Waluigi's arc here. What? Yeah, okay, that's the end of this bit, and that's the end of this podcast. Good night.
Good night.